funny story. This literally just happened. I got to say this. So I was in Miami a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah, a couple weeks. And so I'm in the club. I had been drinking. I had been hanging out. I was outside like all day. So I go to Liv and I see my jeweler. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go holler at my jeweler real quick. So I walk over and he's like, get up here. So I stand up on the table. I'm talking to him. Liv is going crazy. And I look down and LeBron James is standing at the table. It's LeBron's table, right?
Oh, wow.
So there's been this long-standing thing where, Tristan Thompson was on the team with LeBron, and LeBron has wanted to stay away from me, like keep him away from me, whatever. And so I heard that he, was a little uncomfortable with me or whatever. So I see his friend who's on the show. Mind you, I want to be on the show. I think it's called The Shop, right?
Yeah, it's a great
So
show,
I want to be on the show. So I see LeBron and I see his friend. His friend is like, having a good time, and he turns and he sees me. And it was like a ghost, like he like the Grim Reaper was at the table, and he was like, oh my God. And then he's tapping LeBron, and then he's whispering LeBron, and LeBron's like, what? And then LeBron does this, right? And he sees me, and I could see his face, and I got off and I left. And then I got to my table, me and my security walked all the way back to my table, and I go, you know what? I'm changing this being afraid of Jason or narrative of Jason. I went right back to the table, I said, excuse me. And the guy turned around, he said, look, we're terrified of you. And I said, and we're going to change that because I'm an ally. Like, I love you. I love the show.
An ally to LeBron.
Text Bron. And LeBron turned around.
The way you used to go on Tristan.
Child.
But I had forgot the
An ally.
An ally.
So I'm like, LeBron, come here. LeBron came over. I'm like, listen, I'm an ally. We cool. And he gave me the biggest hug. It was like a hug of relief. Like, all he had to do is rock me.
Not even LeBron James rocked you.
But when I think about like the evolution of where I'm going and where this show's going, I don't like that feeling. I don't want people to be afraid of me. I want people to respect my opinions, respect that I'm fearless, and give it to them, giving it to them straight, no pun intended. But I don't want people to be afraid of me. And I think like when I started the show, it was like pow pow. It was
pew 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 pew.
And the crazy part is you're always trying to balance like the audience really loves that, but that's not going to let me grow. Yeah. And so we'll see in the comments, fans will say, oh, well, this show is not what it used to be. We're not all what we used to be. It's called evolution, growing.
Yeah, it's called growth. It's so funny. The two things that I've learned from you guys, because I was just thinking about this. From Damage, I've learned to pick my battles. I was like, oh, sometimes I could just like hush and stare. Like I always have to give a hot take on everything, right? So I learned to pull back a little and like to figure out when it makes sense to speak and when not. From you, it's so funny. I was in a room the other day, and a bunch of really important people were in the room. So, the commissioner was there, and he was like, Jason Lee wrote a check for $25,000 for this organization. Like,
who said that? They didn't have any notes.
Yeah, you wrote a check. You wrote a big old check for an event. Did you reach for your wallet?
No, it was $30,000.
Oh, it was $30,000. Yeah, and they were like, yeah, Jason Lee wrote a big old check. And then somebody, I'm not going to say who, was like, what exactly makes Jason Lee special? And
somebody said that about me?
I squared up. I'm not going to be like, because you know I'm loyal. The one thing about Taurus is we're very loyal. There have been times you be like, Blue, stand down, right? So I squared up, and then the Damage inside said, Blue, this is not the time to be swinging in front of the commissioner or whatnot. And I said, well, I would tell you this, guys. If all of us walked into a room and got 5 phone numbers, by the end of the week, Jason Lee would be the only person who would have used all 5 of them to get a business deal from everybody and leverage it. So I need you to know, never in my life have I seen anybody like, if you let him in the room, my G, he's doing something with it. And I used to not be like that. Because of you, I now walk into rooms like, no, I'm the I need to leverage this opportunity. And that's a lesson that a lot of people can learn from that they don't give you credit for.
We're conditioned to believe that we're less than. Yeah. I don't feel like there's anybody who's, bigger than me or, or bigger than you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, and I was thinking about this on the way over because everybody that watches the show knows I'm a professional name dropper, so I'm about to do it right now. I called Rihanna yesterday, because she had her baby. Mm-hmm. And not going to get into the conversation, but I'm talking to her, and then Madonna calls, and she's like, "Come to dinner." I'm like, "Okay," damn. But you know what I realized in those moments? They're us. Like we're all the same. People. Yeah. Nobody's better than. Nobody has to be more special than. When you have more, you should do more. Yeah. Because I do have more now, that $30,000 I gave was to 5 kids who, while I was sitting there waiting for my award, were coming up there and excited about receiving a $1,000 scholarship. I'm thinking, what is no shade, but like, what is $1,000 going to do? I don't know. Let me give them a little bit more.
Books.
Yeah, so I gave them
Which is
$5,000 each, and it felt really good to do it.
And it made an impact because it came up in the conversation.
But look at the hate though, and this is the thing that's crazy,
let's not
right?
talk about the hate.
It was one person in the corner.
I only say that because a lot of us don't do because we're afraid of judgment or people saying, oh, well, what are the intentions? The intentions are what they are, and people may have different intentions, but you know, I always find it interesting that no matter how positive you are, no matter what your intentions are, somebody's gonna always have something to say, but you can't let that distract you.
But when you're good to folks, the folks who know you in the room will always have your back even when you're not there. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of being good to folks is you never know who's speaking highly of you in rooms that you're not in.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of how you do business. Like, we have your back. And somebody saw, Damage even told you, people like Jason Lee, and he was like, yes, Jason Lee, and you good? And I think people are shocked because
boy.
they see Damage as like this solid, straight guy, and me as this straight shooting, like smart girl. And seeing people like us defend you, they're like, maybe we did have him wrong. And I love that people are seeing your heart more.
Oh, no. When I got a little too tipsy in Miami, that's when I knew Damage had my back because he cleared the whole room. The next day, they were like, that guy is crazy. He was making sure you were good. He told all of them, I don't know none of you and don't care about who any of you are.
They kept telling me they was with people that
The Damage is salty.
But I'm like,
he's the spicy one. Jim, I think me and you are spicy.
People
Damage is
don't
spicier
know.
than both of us.
The Damage will pop off. When that pop off happens, you just gotta go, okay.
Yeah, y'all can get fooled by the show if you want, but me and Jason are a lot more docile than DJ Damage.
I'm cool. I would say one
Until it's
thing
time not to be cool.
I learned about the situation in general, and I think this is impactful for anybody. You have to bet on yourself. And I think working at so many different companies and jumping from companies to companies and then actually working with somebody that built their own platform, it really teaches you like, yo, if you want to do anything in life, you have to bet on yourself and you have to go all in. And that's what you did with Hollywood Unlocked. I wasn't there from the very beginning, but I was there some time ago, and just to watch how it kept growing, and the commitment. And that's the stuff people don't see also. They see you talk about topics and things on social media, talk about things on a podcast, but they're not ever seeing the business acumen and the dedication to your dream. And if anybody, I don't care who you are, can be inspired by that. I'm inspired by that. To see you take a platform and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's becoming an agency, it's become a studio. It's like, if you're not motivated by that, you're really a true hater, because this is all one person's dream and it's helping other people with their dreams. Helped me with my dream. I'm sure it helped you with your dream. And I think it's the most beautiful thing to see as a black man. It's like, dog, you can really do it. This man is here in LA. We're out here, we're in the penthouse floor.
Child, it's nice.
We're in the biggest penthouse.
Yeah, it's a nice studio, y'all.
You gotta bet on yourself. So if you really have a dream and you for real about it, like, I'm not gonna believe you, because I've seen somebody go 145% into what they wanted to do. So